current scenario. Okay, so I just read out for you. Herbal medicine is the study of botany and the use of medicinal plants. Okay, traditional medicine is still widely practiced today. Now, what is traditional medicine? Now, to explain traditional medicine, we know one term known as ethnobotany. Okay, so what is that? Ethnobotany is the study of regional plants and their practical uses through traditional knowledge of local culture. So that's why ethnobotany is the oldest form of our herbal medicines. Okay, now the next line says that plant derived compound, that is known as phytochemicals, can be used as modern medicine based on preclinical and as well as clinical studies or clinical trials. Herbalism also apply modern standards and effectiveness testing to herbs and phytochemicals, that is quality control of herbals. Okay, I'll be making video on that very soon. Herbalism include isolation of bioactives, that is very important. Isolation of bioactives and standardization of plant extract. Okay, that's very important aspects of herbalisms. Now, Ayurveda and homeopathy do not deals with these two things. Okay, that's why we never called Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicine as a herbal medicines. Okay, so now of course there are herbal dietary supplements most often fall under this herbal medicine, known as your functional foods and as well as nutraceuticals. Okay, nutraceuticals. Now the next thing is how to explain about the steps involved to get herbal medicine. Let us talk about that. Steps involved to get herbal medicines. Now, the first important steps is cultivation and collection. Okay, cultivation and collection. Now, I'll be making the separate video for cultivation and collection, as GPAT asks few questions from this topic, or this can be from plant tissue culture. This also I'll make a video. Okay, so this is very first steps of herbal to get the herbal drugs. Okay, number one. Number two, after cultivation collection, then there is a processing of crude drugs, and very important to establish their authentication, that is known as pharmacognostic studies. Without pharmacognostic studies, we cannot authenticate a crude drug, whether it's a cinchona bark or it is a quassia bark. Okay, so whether it is a vegetalis leaves or senna leaves, so we require pharmacognostic studies. I'll be making separate video on this topic too. Then after that, you have extraction and isolation process. Extraction and isolation. Then you have number 4, the characterization and as well as standardization of herbal extract. Characterization of isolates, that we can perform with chromatographic technique and the spectroscopic technique. Various spectroscopic technique can be useful to characterize and standardizations. Okay, then you have preclinical trials, that is to understand the toxic effect or pharmacological effect of drugs on animal model, and if it is satisfactory, then either we can go for formulation studies, where we can do for a lot of pre-formulation analysis, or we can go to the clinical trials. Okay, which is majorly BA/BE studies, bioavailability and bioequivalence studies. Now after that, the moment we get the drug, we can file, as per the regulation of the government for the marketing of the drug. That I will come into that, that I will discuss in the regulatory affairs video with product registration, with clinical trials and the marketing. Okay, very soon. So now the next steps is to understand the phytochemicals. Okay, so phytochemicals is the backbone of herbal medicine. Phytochemicals. Now these phytochemicals can be primary metabolites or the secondary metabolites of the plant. Okay. Now when it is primary metabolites of the plant, it is what is primary metabolites? It involves normal growth, reproduction and the developments of the plants. Okay. Now these primary metabolites include your carbohydrate, lipids, protein, and as well as enzymes, antibodies, protein or amino acids. Okay. Now normally we have lipids, fixed oil and fat. Okay, fixed oil, fats. Okay. Then carbohydrates we have polysaccharides, gums, mucilage. Then you have pectins, lectins. All these are coming to this particular primary metabolites. Now the secondary metabolites is extremely important as per the herbal medicine is concerned. This includes your first is alkaloids. Okay, alkaloids. It can derive from the amino acids. We will be discussing everything in detail very soon. Then after that you have terpenoids, which includes your volatile oils. Okay. Then after terpenoids you have flavonoids. Then coumarins, coumarins and furanocoumarins. Okay, furanocoumarins. Then we have the very important one, sterols. These sterols are like steroidal nature of phytochemicals which can